This is your time, bro. This is your time to reflect. This is your time to make that comeback that you've been waiting for. All of this grief, all these hardships, all this trauma, all these things that you've been going through. This is your sign to start growing off of it. You see, pain, it sucks. Pain is terrible. Pain, trauma, all these things, it's horrible. Nobody wants to go through it, It's mentally exhausting. But you have to understand that pain and this is your time to grow. This is your time to reflect. This is your time to ask yourself those hard questions. Once you're at rock bottom, the only way is up. Once you are going through anything where it just feels like all of life is against you and nothing can go your way, and you might feel like you're about to die because life is so shitty, right? Once you get to this point where everything's just going bad, this is your time to make your biggest comeback, to make everybody feel like, damn, like, how did he do that? How did she do that? You feel me? Pain is only bad if you live in it. But the challenge is not to live in it, but to grow from it. This is your biggest opportunity to become a new you. This is your biggest opportunity to learn something about yourself that you didn't know yet. Pain, trauma, all these things that make life so ass. You got bills coming in. You probably just moved out and you got bills coming in. You got to work on your own. You probably got to have a relationship. You're heartbroken. A whole bunch of shit could be happening. You got shit going on with your family, sick family members, people asking you for money but you don't got it. Parents expecting things of you that you don't even know if you could do, or you might not even want to do it, but their expectations of you are so high, and you just feel like all you can do is drink or smoke, like all these things away because it numbs it. This is your sign. This is your chance. This is your opportunity to grow as an individual. This is your opportunity to become someone new. This is your opportunity to really rebrand yourself and stand up for who the fuck you are. Stand up for who the fuck you are. You know that you're not supposed to be in that position. You know that you're not deserving of that position. You know that you deserve more out of this life. And you know that you've been doing the right things. So why the fuck is this happening to you? You know this. So with you knowing this, you got to understand that this pain is temporary. These setbacks are temporary. This grief, these hardships, this breakup, these feelings that you have, these negative emotions, it's all temporary. And you have the power to change it all. I will say that when you're in this position, you got 1 to 2 choices. You either lean on God or be very, very honest with yourself. You gotta be extremely grateful at this point. And this is one of the most hardest things. But I know from when I was at one of my lowest points in life that I had nothing else to do but to lean on God. At this point in my life, I believed in God, but I never prayed. I believed in God, but it wasn't something serious. It was because of that position that I literally was forced to lean on Him, because I had no one else there for me. I had nothing there for me. No one I could talk to. I'm pretty sure I was in a relationship at the time, and I couldn't even talk to her because it's like, you just don't do that as a man. You don't treat your girl like your therapist. You don't do that. You don't treat your girl like your therapist. So, and my mom, same with her. You don't want to worry these women in your life because that's just because we're kings. Kings don't do that. We handle it on our own. So when I was in this position at the time, I had nothing else to lean on but God. And I had to be very, very honest with myself. And I had to ask myself and sit there in silence the hardest questions and what I should do. How am I going to get through this, right? And I prayed, and I just let faith handle it. That's what you have to do. You gotta be able to accept where you are. Stop denying where you are. Stop denying the person you are, and stop denying, the position you're in. It's not gonna go away. That's not reality. Reality sets in when hardship happens. That's when all the illusions break, and then you're really able to make a conscious decision. You're able to start playing life like a chess game because you have already realized that you lost. But just because you lost once doesn't mean you lose forever. You have life to live. And as long as you believe that you have life to live, then you have life to live. And therefore you should not give up on yourself. You should not give up on life or your family, because there are people that care about you. There are people that love you, and there are people who will be very, very sad if they see you go down a path which you will regret and which will harm you. You don't want to settle for things that are going to overall make you a worse person than you already are. You don't want to keep losing. Once you hit rock bottom, that is the loss. Those feelings that you're feeling, those emotions, think about it. Life should be lived. You should be happy all the time. You should want to be happy all the time. So when you're not happy, when you're not, and not even happy, but when you're at peace with your life, you're accepting that things might go bad, some things might go good, but you're not complaining, you're not shaming these things. When you just accept that life is like that, what happens is you're able to live, you're able to just live and breathe. But if you keep denying the fact that you're in this position and you don't think things can get worse, trust me, things can get way worse. You could end up as a crackhead. You could end up homeless. You could make such a bad decision to where you're homeless, begging for drugs, counting cents. You see, once you get into this grief, you feel depressed and sad, and you have these emotions, nobody wants to live like that. Nobody. These are phases that happen to people. But it's up to you to stay in that phase or to not stay in that phase. You feel what I'm saying? I have not been sad in a long time. But that's because I made decisions in the past, not that long ago obviously, but I've made decisions to where I understand, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I can get like that again, because that's my rock bottom. I don't want to feel like that living. It would drive me nuts. It would drive me insane. It would make me make terrible choices. It would make me do things that I don't want to do. You see, this life, it's all about your mind and how you feel. You have to have control of your mind. Once your body starts producing all these emotions and your mind isn't strong enough to control these emotions, what happens is your body's going to go for things that makes the body feel good, that makes the body, feel happy. But you're not living through your body. You're living through your mind and your soul. So when you start making these bad decisions, what's going to happen is you're going to be looking for short-term gratification, like drugs and alcohol and partying and gambling and all these bad addictions, because it makes your body feel good. But in reality, you're losing money, you're losing game, you're losing aura, you're losing hella things that actually matter in this life, which actually make you valuable. So when you hit rock bottom, you gotta tell yourself, I can't be here no more. What do I do to get out of here? What is the best way? I would say go work out. I would say start going on a run, start going on a walk, get active. Start giving your body good wins, not short-term gratification wins, but good wins. Start reading, pray, meditate. All of these things, I promise you, will help you. I promise you. I was in such a bad, like, oh my gosh. I'm going to remember this like for the rest of my life, and that's why I'm going to keep bringing it up. I was in such a bad place. Like, I had just moved into my first apartment freshman year, and my grandma, she took all of my graduation money. I had no money to my name. I still had to ask her. She was controlling me, right? And I already told you guys about my grandma, but my grandma, she was controlling, right? So she had all my money. I had to ask her for my rent money, right? And then on top of that, I didn't really like college. I wanted to make my own money. So I was going through it like I needed to make money for my rent. I needed to make money so I could live for myself. And I was just there by myself at that apartment, just like with nothing at all. Like I didn't know what to do or how to feel. And all I could do was like smoke weed. And I remember sitting on my bed after my mom had just came home. She helped me with laundry or something like that. She had just not came home. She had just came to my apartment and she had helped me with laundry or something. And after she left, like I just started bawling my eyes out because I didn't feel like a man. Like I didn't feel strong. I felt weak and I felt like I was literally gonna die. Like this was gonna be the end. I felt like this was the end. As an 18-year-old, like I felt like I was too alone. I felt I was broke. I was so alone. I had no one to talk to. I had no friends. And I was just in an apartment with people I just didn't really know like that. And it hurt because it's lonely. It is lonely, bro. And that's why I sat there in my room and I had nothing else to do but to pray. I remember I prayed for the first time and I cried in my prayers. And ever since that day, like I've been praying every day because he's taking care of me. God has taken care of me since then, since I leaned on him. And I'm sharing with you guys, lean on him, lean on your faith, believe, trust yourself, trust God, trust that life will pull through for you. But if you don't, if you deny your faith, if you deny that life is just going against you, if you just truly believe that life is going against you and it's not for you, you will fail. I don't know where I would be, who I would be, what I would be doing if I didn't do that. I don't know who I would be. I feel like I would be someone that I wouldn't want to be at all. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. But I know that for a fact that this is your chance to start doing something with your life. This is your chance to grow. This is your chance to work out. This is your chance to start that business because guess what? You have nothing to lose. If you're at rock bottom, you have nothing to lose. You have no money to lose. You have everything to gain though. Your story will be amazing. That podcast that you go on in the future when they ask you about your story, that will be amazing. Everybody will want to listen to it. But it's not until then you don't make any changes. That's not going to happen if you think everything's just against you and you don't think anything's going to get better with you, get better for you. You have to work. You have to, practice gratitude. Be able to say thank you for the position you are because believe it or not, there's people in way worse positions than you. So practice gratitude. Understand that you are still living and you're not dead. You're not homeless and maybe you are homeless. Maybe you are homeless. But at least you're not dead. You're not sick or, there's people going through things that may be worse than you. Now, if you're homeless and a crackhead and depressed and with no family or friends and you're just in the middle of nowhere, That's probably the worst it gets. But if you're not any of that, you can practice gratitude. You feel me? You can. You gotta be able to be alone. It's very, very lonely because nobody wants to be with a bum. Nobody respects bums. Nobody cares about people that don't got their shit going. Nobody will ask you how you're doing, you know? And that's why I'm here. I'm here to relate to you. I understand that. I understand that feeling. Once you get in that position, that phase of your life, no one's going to ask you what you're doing. No one's going to ask you how you're doing it or how you're doing personally. They don't care enough. They're not going to care until you prove yourself, until you do something. But guess what? You're not proving yourself to them, but you're proving yourself to yourself. You're proving that you could do it to yourself. And what I'm learning right now kind of is that you're not proving to others that you can do it, but you're proving it to yourself. That's where the confidence comes from. That's where the self-confidence comes from, because once you show yourself that you could do something, who the fuck is going to stop you? Who the fuck is going to tell you anything? No one, because you came out the mud by yourself. You got rich by yourself. You were dead poor, alone, broke, unhappy, and turned your whole life around by yourself with no one around you asking you how you were doing. So when they come around and they're asking you, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, good job, I've really been seeing you work, they're lying. And maybe they're not lying, but you just gotta remember, that's not who you want to prove yourself to. Those people are bots. Those people, they just want something from you. You gotta understand that these people just want something from you. So you're doing all these things for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're not doing it for your family. You're not doing it for your friends. You're not doing it for your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You feel me? To all the ladies out there. You're not doing it. You're doing it for yourself. You're working out for yourself. You're getting stronger for yourself. When you meditate, when you pray, you're doing it for yourself. You're becoming a smarter, more intelligent person. You're becoming more emotionally intelligent with more self-control than everybody else. You feel me? When you're eating healthier, you're not doing it to tell everybody you're eating healthier, but you're doing it so you can feel good, so you can feel happy, so you can feel energetic, so you can move your body. That's why you're doing it. You're not doing it for these people to validate you. Fuck their validation. I'm starting to learn that. Fuck their validation. Fuck that shit. Because at the end of the day, only person who can validate you is you when you look in that mirror. Did you do what you said you were going to do? Did you turn your life around? Because if not, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? That mirror will tell you the truth every single time. That mirror will tell you the truth every single time. Are you able to look in the mirror and be proud of yourself? Or not? And I don't want no bullshit lies. Are you able to be proud of yourself or not? Rock bottom is your chance to grow. Rock bottom is your chance to be that version of yourself you never thought you could be. And I'm becoming that person right now in the flesh. So I'm able to show you guys and tell you guys, stay on this path, stay right, stay doing good deeds, and stay doing the right things for yourself. And stop chasing validation. Because at the end of the day, validation is just gonna hurt you. But they say, comparison is a thief of joy. You're living this life to be free and happy and to love. That's what you want to live. You want to live a life where you're just free and happy and you are able to just be loved and love people. But without that, without these things, you're not going to live a very happy life. So stop comparing yourself and stop looking for validation. It's all about you and what you think about yourself. And you got to get honest and real with yourself, alright? It's Donnie. Got another video. And I'm out. Peace.